first step is preparing the customer. We always put a gown on the customer to protect their clothes. Now we're just gonna take a quick look to see if the customer has a dry scalp or very dry hair, or if it's very chemically damaged. If it's very chemically damaged, we wouldn't recommend doing this procedure because it's damaging your hair very much. We start off by rinsing the hair just to make sure it's clean before we start the process. After rinsing the hair, it's important to brush your hair through just to detangle everything. For the next step in the process, we put our things on a trolley to make it easier for ourselves. We need perm rods, end paper, water spray, and a comb. Now we have to section our hair. The sections has to be as wide and as long as the rods are. Now we can start putting the rods in the hair. Always make sure that the hair is wet. Now you need an end paper between your two middle fingers and a rod where your thumb is, and then you put the end paper around the rod, and always make sure that the ends are tucked in so you don't get any fish hooks. Roll the rods until they sit on base. Make sure to comb the hair through and pull the hair up to get good tension. Most people get their whole head permed, but in this case our customer just needs a lift in the roots, so we're just gonna place it on the top of the head. By setting the rods on the base, we get the maximal volume at the roots. We now have to decide which liquid we're going to use for our customer. In this case, our customer has chemical damaged hair but also fine hair, so we're using number 2. For the next step, we're going to use a towel, some gloves, a plastic hat, Vaseline, and liquid. And always remember to use ventilation. Always remember to put gloves on to protect your hands from the chemicals. Now we're going to take some Vaseline and some cotton wool, and we're going to put the Vaseline on her forehead and around her neck, also under her ears, and then putting on the cotton wool around where we put our Vaseline to make sure that the liquid doesn't drip down her face. After we put the cotton wool around her rods, we're going to take the liquid that we chose and apply it on the rods. You can also choose to put some conditioner on the rest of the hair just to make sure that the liquid doesn't have any effect on the rest of the hair if it drips down. Now we're going to put a plastic cap and a towel around her head to keep the heat in, and the heat helps the process. Now we let the liquid sit for about 10 minutes and then we will take a look at it. After 10 minutes, we take out one of the rods to see if we got the curl that we wanted. If we didn't get the curl that we wanted, we can always leave it in for about 2 to 3 minutes more. After that, you rinse the hair for about 5 to 7 minutes before you take out the rods. After we have rinsed the hair for about 5 to 7 minutes, we put in the neutralizer, and the neutralizer sets the curls. That has to sit in for about 5 to 7 minutes also. After 5 to 7 minutes, you rinse for about 7 minutes again, and after the 7 minutes, you can take out the rods, and basically you just wash the hair and then you're done. When you just got a perm, it's very important to use some products. In this case, we use a curl cream to control the curls. After putting curl cream in, we blow dry our hair with the diffuser. After this, the customer is basically done, and we can now send them home.